Yo, man, you already know Crenglish podcast, where hustle meets greatness, elevation. You already know it. The Haitian resilience. It's your boy Jay.
And this is Kevin, and we got a special surprise for you today. Guys, we got legend, man. Haitian-American author. Mm-hmm. We got a financial educator. Mm-hmm. And not least, we got the host of Inside the Vault. We got my man, Cash.
Yes, sir. Big Ash Cash, big Harlem in the building, big Haiti. New lines, I got feds. Yes, sir.
So check this out, man. You are Haitian and you're from Harlem, my boy?
Yeah. Haitian Harlem. You know what I'm saying? No better way if God was trying to create a hustler, somebody who is going to go from the bottom of the bottom and reach the top, right? And show people that it don't matter where you from, what your background is, you can be, do, and have anything you desire. If that was God's, like, that's what God wanted to do.
Yeah, that's the plan.
He going to take your parents and make them from Haiti, the first free black republic on the planet.
Say that.
The first free black republic on the planet, right? He gonna make your parents from that, right? So that blood, right? That blood that run, right?
Oui.
And then he gonna drop you in Harlem, the home of the hustlers, during the crack era in the 90s. Rich and Poe, Kevin Childs, like everybody you name that came through Harlem, AZ, everybody, right? He gonna drop you right in the middle of that.
That's major.
And so now you got the blood of the warrior blood, and then you learn to hustle, and then you have Ash Cash.
Wow, we get piece not done.
That's it.
You know what? En tout cas, you know what? The word of the day, boissé.
Boissé.
No, it's all right. Boissé, man.
Yeah, mix it up.
Because Harlem is really is kings of hustlers, man.
1,000%. 1,000%. Yeah.
So you coming from that. So how does the journey of being Haitian, growing up Haitian, like being Haitian?
Yeah, I mean, so to be honest with you, it was like I was living two worlds. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about Harlem, it wasn't really a lot of Haitians in Harlem. There were Haitians in Harlem, wasn't a lot of Haitians in Harlem. Like you think about, you go to Flatbush, you go to Brooklyn. There's Hades in Brooklyn.
Yeah, of course.
There's little Hades in Queens.
Where I'm from.
There's Hades in Connecticut. There's Hades in Boston.
Yeah.
Right? So you got the little obviously Miami. You know what I'm saying? Florida,
Miami,
right?
Yeah.
But there's different pockets where, we had our own community. We didn't really have like a big community in Harlem. And so the only time I really had an opportunity to learn the culture was when I went to church with my mom. Single parent home. My dad left when I was 2 years old. So my mom raised us, I'm the youngest of three. So my mom raised us by herself, but she was working factory jobs. So she wasn't really around. So I'm running the streets and I'm learning the Harlem hustle. Right. I'm learning the American culture. And then when I go to church, and I stopped going to church probably like 11, 12 years old. Because outside Lily Deuce.
You start teaching. But you went to Haitian church, though.
Oh, the Haitian church.
L'école, l'église,
la caille. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
My simp.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. My man, how did you come from the block to the bank?
Yeah, man. So really, again, Home of the Hustlers started out. I've always been an entrepreneur. So 8 years old, trying to figure out. My mom worked. We lived in the projects. You know what I'm saying? And so there wasn't enough money to feed us and things of that nature. So when I used to go to the supermarket, I used to see people packing bags and getting little dollars. At 8 years old, I'm packing bags at the local supermarket. I graduated to selling mixtapes and T-shirts as a vendor on 125th Street.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a new thing.
High school,
so 8 years old, I started packing bags. I did that. Let's say about 2-3 years, right? So let's say about 10 to 11 was packing bags, making money, and then went to 125th Street where I was selling mixtapes. I was selling T-shirts. So I probably like 11, 12 years old.
That's crazy because that's how you know it's in your blood, bro.
Yeah.
Because the funny thing is, my mom was a single parent, raised us two. I'm the youngest. Quando I said, Papa, I said, your day off.
Your day off.
So, the thing is crazy. I sold mixtapes. I sold mixtapes in like late middle school, early high school.
Word.
We're talking about LimeWire days.
Yeah.
So I was doing mixtapes.
Yeah.
Selling mixtapes, and that's how I hustled. And then when I was younger too, I also sold comic books. I used to draw.
Yeah.
So I used to draw, certain type of comic books.
Yes, sir.
Certain type of ones.
Yes, sir.
And I made money on that and sold mixtapes.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, after high school, I had a whole mixtape CD shop. You know what I'm saying? So I was trapping inside of a barbershop.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ghoulies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was doing mixtape. We had internet radio. Shout
Yep.
out RP to my boy G-Stat. He was an artist I was managing at the time. I would put my boy mixtape out there.
Yep.
I would do the DJ drama mixtape,
Yep.
Chopaholics,
Yep.
DJ Technique, which is not Tech, which is the manager of 2 Chainz now.
Yep.
And I was selling the mixtape. So
Yeah.
when you said that, when I
Yeah.
seen that, when I actually looked it up
Yeah.
and I researched you, I was like, wow, that's crazy
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
sold.
And
We did
it's-
the same type of hustle.
it's
in
the blood. It's in the blood.
It gotta be embedded.
It's in the blood. It's in the blood. It's in the blood.
So, Cash, that means you had a early experience with money. You had a
1000%.
real relationship with money
1,000%.
in an early age.
And so from doing that, I was used to having money. Fast forward, I'm a teenager now. I want to look fresh. I want to get the girls.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
My guy started hustling. So part of what people don't realize. So I always am I'm so connected to the prison system, mass incarceration, because I knew what it did to my community. You start thinking in the mid 90s when Joe Biden and his team created the whole mass incarceration, started locking people up. It took all the OGs out of the neighborhood. And what people don't realize is, and I don't glorify crime or nothing like that, but when you think about how crime was organized in our community, there was a separation, right? Like there was still safety and order. But when you take all of that safety and order out with the OGs, now you got young people running around. So one of my guys, who the fiends still wanted work, and so two of my guys actually just started. They became the man in the hood. And I saw all the money they was making. I saw all the cars that they was driving, the women the girls that they was sleeping with. So
His journey, boy.
I had to stop it.
Yeah.
Parce que, c'est Crenglish, ma parle que
Yeah.
Probably.
Parce que, m'konne moment di ex.
Yeah.
I can't tell you là.
Yeah, but
How
look.
did I even go, like, growing up Haitian
Yep.
in Harlem,
Yep.
I really want to know, like, how is the Haitian values, right?
Yeah.
And how did you even grow up Haitian with your Haitian parents?
Yep.
In that era, doing all that, because I know Haitian are. My mom will call, if I'm past 9 o'clock by like Harlem,
Yep.
Joe, keep on
Yeah. Yeah.
She leave in voicemail.
Right.
Right. All that. So how did that even happen with you?
And that's why it was a tough thing, right? Because, let's just say past 12 years old, me and my sister, so it's 3 of us, but my brother's a little older, so he been outside, right? Mm-hmm. Me and my sister 2 years apart, so we were the one running the streets. Man, like we running the streets. We come in the house. Mother, at some point she couldn't really control us no more. You know what I'm saying? So all she could do is pray.
Yeah.
Right. So you go. Betty swallowed that little, like you hit her on her knees.
She never threatened you?
Of course, but
Like she gonna say to Haiti?
no. But so the thing is that like I think that my mom is short. Mm-hmm. And so by the time I was 13, I was taller than her.
Yeah.
Man,
It was, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right, exactly. So really, like, there was really nothing she could do but pray. You know what I'm saying?
That's Haitians.
There's nothing she could do but pray. But honestly though, to the Haitian values, when I started to even try to play and get into the drug game, it was me and my sister who had an argument that she was like, she started reminding me of where I come from, what my mother would think. And it was me just thinking like, if I ever got locked up or got in trouble, like, how am I look at my mother in the face?
Man.
Right.
Praying woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, she pick up the phone and say, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Like
Benny Suárez.
Benny Suárez. Like,
Praise the Lord.
you know what I mean? And so
This is a New York original for
right.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
Haitian nickname? Fun?
Yeah, I shoot.
I shoot.
I shoot.
Eh bien, shoot, m'attendez. I shoot.
Yeah.
Si shoot,
Yeah,
né?
you know what I mean?
Petit homme.
Exactly.
Est-ce qu'on quitte o que Bible avant?
Exactly.
Mes amis, non la rien, petit homme.
Right.
Make sure pour hier, oui.
Right.
That's how Haitian, you know
Exactly. So you know what I mean? So for me, that's what that made me say, you know what, I'm not gonna go that route.
That's good.
And oddly enough, my sister was working at Blockbuster Videos at the time.
Wow.
And she was like, yo, if I could get you a job, will you not hustle? And I said, go ahead, give me a job. So at 17 years old, she got me a job. I was working at Blockbuster as a clerk. Yeah. I didn't think I was gonna get the job because I was still 17 in high school. Mm-hmm. But she got me the job. And then fast forward, I worked there 2 years, got promoted as assistant manager. One of the other assistant managers was working at Chase and Blockbuster at the same time.
Wow.
Chase was hiring for tellers, and she came in one day and was like, yo, they got positions for tellers. If y'all want to apply. I applied.
Wow.
Rest is history.
Chase what matters.
Do y'all see the threshold between the banking system
Facts.
from the block
To the bank. Yeah.
The block to the bank.
Yeah.
From the
You
block
answered it.
to the bank.
Yeah.
answered it?
Wait.
Wow.
Yeah.
From just a teller job.
Yeah,
Wow.
just for a teller job. And then you gotta think, so from a teller job, I've done everything in banking. That's why, like, I used to be humble and not accept, like, yo, you a legend, but I'm a legend for real. Because the truth of the matter is that what I've done in banking, there's grown people that haven't done what I've done in banking, right? I was a banker for 15 years, started out as a teller. I did teller, personal banker, branch manager, private banker, managing money for wealthy individuals. My most wealthiest client was worth $22 million. I became a CEO of a credit union at 31 years old. And so on record, I'm probably one of the youngest CEOs of a federally chartered bank at 31, excluding nobody. I'm talking about black, white, American, whoever. You know what I'm saying? And so from the banking world, I was able to do that, at a very young age, and then decided to leave the banking world to become an entrepreneur. And the things that God has allowed me to do as an entrepreneur are still like groundbreaking. And so I appreciate, Benny the Butcher say, "Oh, I'm gonna be a legend soon, but I'm a legend now." And so I embrace that. I know it's the grace of God, though. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth of the matter is, right, exactly. Because I got kicked out of school a bunch of times. So look, catch this. I got kicked out of school in the 1st grade, in the 5th grade, in the 9th grade, and I got expelled in the 10th grade. My hands were.
Yeah. So of course, you know what
I'm saying?
Yeah. Parce que moi-même, maman c'est bon, mon coup de calotte, coup de bâton.
Yeah.
Même si ça, after you fight, you prend bâton.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
So I get that. So during these stages in your life, right? Mm-hmm. Like, what do you feel like? Okay, one, when it came to your mom and to transitioning from the streets, how did you add that to your corporate work? Because you came from the streets to the suite. Yeah. But before we get to the street to the suite, before you get to the corporate way, right?
Yeah.
You really like the CTE, like corporate thugging in real life.
Yeah, for sure.
But before you got to that point, is there any moments where you had a real sit down with your mom, like? Did they have like real sit down in the moment, or was there a moment where it probably was a funny Haitian parent moment that you had with her that maybe kind of like made you sway back to okay, let me get right? Because I know after a while, fait qu'elle est content parce que vous sortez dans la rue, mes amis Jésus, oh Benny sur l'internet, I know my mom cut my hair, when I cut my hair the first time, my mom said, oh Benny sur l'internet, she made a whole announcement, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So was there like those moments?
Nah, man, I think that and thank God for mothers, right? I think regardless of how much she talked, how much she, screamed, she was just proud. You know what I'm saying? She was just proud of me. And so there was always the moments of seeing the pride in her face. You know what I'm saying? But like my mother wasn't really good at being sentimental, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't really have conversations about things I was doing. I knew that she prayed a lot, so I would talk to her like if I'm about to go, interview, even during my corporate days. Like, let's say if I was a teller and I was gonna go interview for the personal banker position, I'd be like, I'm getting interview. I need you to pray. You know what I'm saying? And so she would pray
Something like that, right?
Yeah, she would pray for me, and then when I got it, I'd be like, yo, I get, or she'd be like, c'est pour déjà, like it's yours, right? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And so, it was those type of moments. But I think that, my mom was always, she was just always proud. Like it didn't even matter, right? And I think so my mom actually passed away in 2019.
Oh my goodness, my condolences.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother. But prior to her passing, I think that's the beauty of it, though, that she was able to see me on television.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So when when I was still living in New York, I used to be on Pix 11 News all the time in the morning, just giving like financial tips or whatever.
Wow.
And I remember one time she called me and she was just like, yo, like I saw you on television. And it was like one of the proudest moments, right? To know, like, especially you gotta think though too, like, the church, and she actually wound up leaving the church because I was so bad. I used to fight in church and all that. I was so bad that I was embarrassing her in church. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Like, I used to fight in church. I used to embarrass her.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And so it was to the point where like everybody counted me out. Like everybody thought I was going to be dead or in jail. It was like, nah, this dude going to jail. Vagabond.
Vagabond. That's a blessing because some people don't make it out.
Yeah.
I'm from Florida, man. I'm from West Orlando, where people think it was just Disney. It's not Disney.
Yeah.
People really like drop like point couteau clos, right?
Yeah.
But I'll say this. I say that you haven't really like your mom instilled into you, but chance pour même, you're about to pimp your IT.
Yeah.
Remember your voice, my IT. They sent me straight to 80. So the fact that you had to experience that's good.
Yeah.
And you was able to kind of dresser your goal.
Yeah.
And your mom was proud. So before she passed, you get to wear guns, which is a good thing.
Yeah, 1,000%. Yes, sir.
That's
dope,
good because every Haitian kid then had an experience. They sent him to Haiti.
Yeah.
My disrespectfulness was a heel in my head.
Yeah.
For saying no.
Yeah.
Do you understand that? So it's tough, man.
It's tough, man.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Cash.
crazy.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I need to know this.
Yes, sir.
You went from block to bank.
Yep.
Now we're gonna talk about bank to author. My goodness.
Yeah.
You just full of
Yeah. I mean, so for me, it was one of those situations where, I'm in the banking world. I'm learning all these things about money. I'm helping people manage their money and all that stuff. And then, again, coming from, low income neighborhood, I'm realizing that I'm working, to be honest with you, for white people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you get to a certain level of wealth, that level of wealth is you're now not the only person. You're part of a team.
Yes.
Right. And so now, like I'm the banker. They got a mortgage banker, they got an investment banker, like they have a business manager, they have all these different people. And I'm looking back in my hood and I'm looking at my people and I'm like, yo, bro, you have all this knowledge. And Malcolm X called it the brain drain, right? You get smart and then you leave and now you help another culture opposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like me going back and helping my culture. And so that's what I decided to do. I said, you know what? Fast shout out to John Hope Bryant, Operation Hope. Back in 2004, I started volunteering to just go to inner city schools. I was like, I'm from the inner cities.
You doing it with a John Hope brand?
Yeah. So John Hope has been my mentor for like over 20 years.
Wow.
People don't know that. Yeah. So I've known.
Shout out to John Hope, man.
Yeah.
I got a chance to go to his event he did in Atlanta.
Yeah. Nah, he's the triple OG. He triple OG. So yeah. So since 2004,
mentor,
that's my mentor. Like
that's a hell of a mentor.
Yeah. That's
man,
like.
Hey man, drop bombs.
Yeah. That's my mentor.
John Hope.
I was triple OG. So I volunteered back in 2004. Operation Hope had a program called Banking on Our Future.
Wow.
And so as a banker, I would go into inner cities and teach like financial literacy, and that's what I fell in love with. That I was like, oh, this is what I want to be doing. And so I figured I was like, yo, how do I make this a business though? You know what I'm saying? Because when I was with Operation Hope, it was volunteer. I was like, yo, how can I make money from it? And so somebody gave me the idea. They was like, yo, you should write a book. right? Because if you write a book about how to manage money, and at the time, right, that's why I say I'm a legend, right? At the time, there was no other like financial literacy, and you can look it up. It's not like I'm not making
trust
this
me,
up,
searched it.
right?
When you Google, you top pop.
Yeah,
right,
we seen it.
Right?
We seen it.
And so there was no other like financial nobodies out there. It was Dave Ramsey, Susie Orman, right? And so for me, I said, I'm gonna write this book about this money, and I'm gonna talk to our community, right? So my first book in 2009 was called Mind Right, Money Right: 10 Laws of Financial Freedom, and so that's how I became an author, because I wanted to teach financial literacy, but I wanted to get paid to do it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I wrote the book, that was my entryway to now start going to conferences and being a speaker and all that stuff.
So that's the transition of building the brand, the Ash Cash
Correct,
brand.
correct. And oddly enough, like, you know what I mean? So my name is Ash Exantus, right? Exantus. And so
Exantus.
yeah, right. And so because I was working with, at the bank, it was a conflict of interest for me to teach financial literacy. But back on the block, they call me Ash Cash. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so because they call me Ash Cash back on the block, I said, yo, I know they not gonna know if I wrote this book under Ash Cash. And so I worked, it was like on some Superman shit, right? During
Like
the
Clark
day,
Kent
during the day I was
and
Clark
Superman.
Kent, right?
Yeah.
During the day I was Ash Exantus. And then at night I was Ash Cash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how, the
That's
Ash Cash
good.
moniker came about. And that's how I became an author. And then it just got to a space where I started making money from books.
Right.
And I'm like, I got more to say. And then that's how I started writing books. So right now I've published 20 of my own books. And 20, yep.
20
2
books.
0.
Vin,
Yes,
oui.
sir. Vin.
Get on,
Yeah.
Man, applaudis.
Yeah,
Applaudis. Nah, for real. That's good.
Because that's amazing, man. Because I see why you was on the Breakfast Club.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
And that
sir.
explains everything.
So I ain't gonna lie, real quick sidebar. It's funny because I have a homegirl named Ash Cash.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, she want to Ash Billions, but
Yeah.
she's from Orlando, and she's really on her boss tit. Franklin's to open something downtown Orlando.
Yeah.
And it seems like that must be something in that Cash name.
Yeah,
because
you
the
gotta live up to
mindset-
it. Yeah.
The mindset, the way you build that brand is definitely
Yeah,
phenomenal.
and the thing is, you can't have a name like that and be broke. You can't have a
on.
name like that and
on,
not be a
man.
hustler. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
for
You
sure.
can't have a name like that and not get it out the mud.
Come
So,
on,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? So, yeah.
No, I love that. I love
Appreciate
that.
you on that.
We're gonna jump into something, right? That is basically like a entrepreneurship, financial game for the culture.
Yep.
Because technically we do little games here and there.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, I want to kind of get into like the why financial literacy matters for Black Haitian communities.
Yeah.
Simple money tips for entrepreneurs and building generational wealth. I want to get into that before we get too much into
For sure. I would say this. I would say if you look at any problem that we have, whether it's here or back home, all of it is money related. Right?
Of course.
And I think that the more financially literate that we become, the more we understand how money works, the more we can take over and we can take back what's ours and we can live in abundance, right? And so I went to Haiti for the first time in 2020, right?
Wow.
And I love our people because when I got there, we all hustlers.
Yes.
Regardless of the, and it's gonna sound crazy, it was a beautiful thing, right? Meaning that as we're driving to the hotel, so we we stayed at a really nice hotel, but to get to the hotel, you gotta drive.
Giggly.
Right. And we was in
Giggly.
Cap, right? Cap, Cap,
Cap,
Haitian.
okay.
Yep. Yep. And so while we there, you're riding through, you're seeing garbage, dirt, people, hustle, it's busy, right? But at no time did you see victims.
Right.
At no time. Like the spirit of the people were hustlers. They were like, yo, they not trying to, I didn't feel like they were trying to steal from me.
Nah.
It was like, yo,
Man,
they was hustling. They
What's
was
up,
like,
man?
yo,
We're trying to get this.
trying to
right
get-
here.
Please,
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so seeing that for the first time just kind of gave me a sense of pride, if you will, right? So even people who aren't in the right space financially, they still got the mindset like, yo, I'm gonna get it how I get it, right?
Yeah.
And I think about that. I think about, what if every Haitian American who's here in America was financially stable and we built wealth and we went back and took over Haiti. Right? Think about all of the, and this is actually a dream of mine that I actually want to accomplish at some point. You know what I'm saying? Is that a lot of my entrepreneur friends here in the States, they have employees in the Philippines.
Right.
Right? Like they have call centers in the Philippines.
Yeah, I know.
Right? And so think about that, right? Imagine if we could build not a school, but not a school that gives you a degree. What if we built a school that can teach Haitians how to speak English?
Yeah.
Right? Teach them how to do graphic design.
Right.
Teach them how to do video editing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
A creative hub.
Creative hub, right?
Yeah.
And so now, all of us who's getting money here, we could now have our VAs in Haiti. We can have our graphic designers, our editors, our social media managers.
I like that. I love
you know what I'm saying? And so that's a dream of mine to like build something like that. Because again, I think that as technology starts to grow, if we could teach our people, we can really close that wealth gap. But there has to be a level of financial literacy. We have to understand business.
Definitely.
We have to understand money. We have to understand how things work. Because if we do, that's the only way that we can make that happen.
And I agree 1,000% because the thing about Haitians, unfortunately, some of them, like all they know is come transfer, sol, that's it.
Yeah.
And I have an uncle of mine, he just turned 90.
Yeah, sol for sure.
Right.
Oh
You
my
took
God.
me back.
Yeah,
Word.
so right, come on, bro.
Yeah.
And then my uncle, he just turned 90. You know what I'm saying? First, like right. This man educated himself late. He's known for the schools and everything like that in Haiti, but this man had a top credit. Like his credit is A1, 800 credit score.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, I didn't know. Like, yo, you could have added your children on it so they could build their credit.
Right.
Your credit's so good, but they don't know that.
You could have added your children on it. You could have used your credit to build wealth. People don't understand that. Like you could, you could have gotten into real estate. You could have become a landlord. You could have created, you could have bought income producing assets, and those assets pay off the credit that you use. And now your family doesn't have to work for money because money's working for them. Like people don't understand that it's credit. It's again back to financial literacy. It's life insurance. It's investing your money. It's all these things that again. And so you got to think about it, right? And give you the example is that I went back to Haiti. All we know is working, right? And so everybody knows how to physically work to get
move the
money.
body. That's it.
But your mind is powerful, right?
And,
Think about this, right? Think about this. In Haiti, the first free Black republic, right? Like we used our mind to become free, right? We use our spirit, right?
Yeah.
We called on God. Like when I went to Cap because I wanted Bwakaima. I wanted to go to Bwakaima, right? I wanted to be in that place where Duddy Bookman, right, spoke to the spirits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, to make sure that we was free. You know what I'm saying? So look, this thing about the all right.
The alligators in the water.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to I wanted to make sure look, I'm talking that talk, man. The spirits is like, hold on.
It's too heavy.
It's too heavy.
It's too heavy for the mic.
It's heavy talk.
Fact.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so going to, Bwakaima and Duddy Bookman and all these folks, you know what I'm saying? And so imagine if we tapped into the spirit, we tapped into the mind, right? When you think about God, right? We're all made in the image and likeness of God. You can't tell me what God looked like. So when you say I'm in the same image as God, the root word of imagination is image.
Yeah.
And so when you say I'm in the image of God, that means that God could think, right? God is infinite possibilities. We as humans are the only ones that can think of something, make it happen.
Yeah.
You can have a dream today and say, yo, I want to do this. And it starts in your thought process. And at some point you can make it happen.
It comes in the physical world.
It comes in the physical world. We're the only ones that could do it though.
Yeah.
Right? The sun can't do it. The sun can only sun.
Yeah.
The moon can only moon. Water can only water. Fire can only fire.
You're
Like
right.
this. Nothing else. These powerful, beings of the world, they can't do nothing else. We're the only ones. Mm-hmm. And so imagine
you point
if
something out, man.
we as a people understood that and used our power of the mind to create the world that we want to create. And so that's the goal. And that's what I'm creating, is in my mind, creating a space where other people realize, and this is why I do the work, I want other people to realize their power, their greatness, so that they can also create. So now we can live in this in a world where we are in control.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I love that.
I like how you break that down, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like that.
Mbagi je lumbale, no?
No, man.
Ma point note, we. But you know, we had to get a little serious with y'all, man, to let y'all understand. Like this is real. I think it's very important. Because
necessary.
It's very necessary,
and especially in our community. I had to point that out.
We have so much very, very, very talented, great Haitians in various industries, which is why Crenglish Podcast even came together, because it's like we have so much people in the culture that nous là. People like saying là, but some of us may not speak Creole fluent. Yeah. But it's okay. But we still have it embodied in us. Yeah. Like the way our work ethic, our hustle. So it's one of those things that you can't explain it. That's why somebody says, "Oh, you Haitian? Oh, you Zo? Oh, I know what time it is."
That's it.
You're never gonna. It's rare to find a lazy Zo.
Right.
It's rare.
Yeah. That's facts.
It's rare, facts. And it's like bro. I'm trying to tell you, if you find 10 Zos, 9 of them are boissé.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you selling insurance. Yeah. The top sales guy, you're gonna find out. I just found out. Matter of fact, Tello, my Tello's oldest son, one of my cousins, he's a top sales guy at Enterprise in New York. Yeah. Yep. And I didn't even you know what I'm saying? So when you look up top guys and we're competitive, we're very how you call it? I say strong-willed. Yeah. We're resilient. We go out there and hustle and grind. But nonetheless, I definitely want to jump in the game. I know I want to kind of line up in the mood a little bit. I got 2 games. Yes, sir. First game, I'm gonna have translate that. And the second game, the first thing I'm gonna do rapid. Let's do the rapid fire, Crenglish Rapid Fire. So a little quick Q&As. Yeah, it's real simple. Yeah. So you want to do the Q&A, Kev? You got it?
Let me get it.
It should be the last thing I sent. The Q&A.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to let's jump into that. I'll start the first one off. Pickles or hot sauce?
Oh, of course pickles. I'm gonna say hot sauce, right? Of course pickles. With some butter on pigs. Hey,
okay. You know what I mean? Pickles or coleslaw?
Come on, brother. Come on.
Why you did that? That's too easy. Come on. That's too easy. Compa or hip hop?
Oh, sheesh. That's tough. Because I got the Harlem culture. You know what I'm saying? 8 years old.
Who gonna get a compa, man? Yo, name me one compa song you know.
I don't know. But not by name.
Tell me a song. What melody?
Who is
what melody?
Is
Hot Seat.
Wait, what's my guy name? Who's the president? Huh? Who's Sweet Mickey is compa?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't care. I don't give a damn. I don't give a shit. Hey.
I give you a pass on that one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So compa or zouk?
What's zouk? I don't know zouk.
Zouk is more like
French.
It's more like zouk la se come on, Luzi.
I was just listening to that in the car.
It's more like upbeat. So you know how they got like I'm a piano, the Afro beats. I'm a piano is a different type of vibe. It's South Africa, like
yo. Look, this is my Haitian list.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I don't care. Yeah. He got in his zone today.
Yeah.
I myself on the way in, I was like, I don't care. But no, but we often listen to that though.
Okay. Yeah, I give that pass.
So I don't know though, right? Because I listen to them all. So I have like that song you just said, like that's Zouk, but I have that on my playlist.
C'est pas pour that.
Damn, I know it. I just heard.
I thought you were going to finish it. C'est pas pour that.
C'est pas pour that.
Sheesh.
I think I'm something like that. Hold on.
No, because we was listening to it.
C'est pas pour that. He might have it.
He might.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me a pass. So I'm saying hip hop. I'm choosing hip hop.
All right. Yeah. Since you're in the financial world.
Yep.
Zelle or Cash App?
Oh, Cash App.
Cash App. Zing mama.
I'm going Cash App.
But technically, as a financial guru,
I would tell people to go Zelle for sure.
Course.
Yeah.
Right? Because Cash App technically means, so a lot of people that I do business with don't even have Cash App.
Right.
Right. So a lot of times people, have a bank account, they have their LLC set up. Mm-hmm. And so when you send out, when you send something to somebody, so Cash App is like sending somebody cash. It's like the new check casher, if you will. But Zelle, you have to have that bank account and you have to be able to You know what I'm saying? Have a bank account connected to your Zelle. So I would say Zelle from a financial guru perspective.
I'm gonna do this, right? I'm gonna put you on the hot seat right now.
Yeah.
This is Crenglish Podcast.
Yep.
You're a financial guru.
Yeah.
Même besoin bon petit parole dans créole men.
Oof.
Bon mon Haitian gym. Give me a gym.
Oof.
Give me a gym.
Let me look. Palikolo.
Or if you, as a matter of fact, say, so we'll just go straight to translate that game.
Yeah.
We'll just go straight to translate that game. So you just say it in English and I say it in Creole.
All right.
Okay, yeah. Make it easy for you.
Or me and him, yeah.
All right.
Let's translate that. We'll start off translate that game right now.
All right. And so what? So what I got?
Give me a gym in Creole.
So drop advice, a
translate.
gym.
All right. So
Keep it simple, no.
No. So if we're gonna play the game, let's play the game, right?
Let's do it.
Don't work hard for money. Make money work hard for you.
Pas travail dit pour l'argent, fait l'argent travail dit pour même.
Okay, let's go.
That's
go.
it.
Okay.
So bon do ça. I'm gonna throw you a random one you're not gonna get. I know for a fact.
Okay.
Si ba fait magie que j'ai, li pas fait sens.
If it don't
You gonna get it.
Li pas get it though. I'm gonna say it again. Si ba fait magie que j'ai, li pas fait sens. I'm gonna give scenario.
If it don't make money, it don't make sense. No?
I get that pass.
I give you a pass because of the Majigiji sounds like probably money.
Okay, so magic is a word that he came up with.
Okay, because I'm gonna say it. I've never heard that before.
So you know Haitians always got zippity dip.
Right.
Like what's
Right,
that?
right.
Like, Haitians are known to be animated and known to these words. So Majigiji is like in a sense. Kevin, explain.
Majigiji is like you can't explain life. You could wake up in the morning and then you think it's gonna rain, then it's sun. You think it's sun's gonna come, it's rain.
Yeah.
So it's Majigiji. So
right.
you can't.
So like for example, today was Majigiji. We're gonna be at a certain time.
Yeah.
Majigiji was, but guess what? It was. See my favorite sons. Now you got a chance to spend quality time with your son.
Right.
Eat, you had to rush.
So perfect time.
It still worked out.
Gotcha.
So
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
So okay. Since I said the word of the day is boisse. Boisse. So give me a translation for that.
Mixing, right? So boisse is just taking everything that you got and making the best out of it.
There you go.
Good.
That's a great answer.
Good explanation,
That's a great one.
Yeah.
So
Good
I want you to
explanation.
understand. Boisse, y'all. Boisse is literally, the word boisse is literally stir.
Yeah.
But in Haitian context, you could use words multiple ways. While boisse, that means you hustling, you grinding, you making it happen. You shaking like you saying, stirring the pot. So boisse, you could take it anywhere. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and highlight that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty dope, man. Yeah, I think you have any other word for him? I think I got y'all.
Listen, now we're gonna close this out.
Yeah.
Now, what one thing you would give the Haitian community?
Yeah.
You would have gave them growing up Haitian, like for financial literacy.
Yeah.
Like what one thing you would have?
Yeah. One thing I would have gave the Haitian community is there's a lot, right?
Yeah, we're stubborn too now.
Yeah. Because that's what I was gonna say is a lot. Because a lot of times our pride as a people could be our biggest hindrance, right? And so we believe, like even if we don't know, we're afraid to ask and we're afraid to get guidance because we want to keep that sense of pride.
Prideful,
right? We're so prideful. So as a Haitian community, I would say, be proud of your culture, be proud of who you are, be proud of you as a person, right? But don't never be too proud that you're unwilling to learn because there's so much information, especially with us being here in America, there's so much information, there's so much opportunity that if we decided to, and I don't like to use the word humble, so I'm not going to use it, but if we were able to be willing to learn and drop pride when it comes to learning and be open, I think we would be a lot further as a culture. I think we'll be a lot further as a people, right? Because there's no reason why we're allowing all of these other countries to
Foreigners.
rape our country. You know what I'm saying? Like, 200 and something years after we got our independence. Like, there's no reason why that's still happening. I think that we've made enough strides. We've made enough money. There's enough resources in Haiti that if we just kind of understood, and just like all other cultures do, right? You Indian, Chinese, Arabs, they come to America. They learn as much as they need to learn. They build these industries, and then they take it back to their country. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if we weren't so stubborn, right? I think that we could learn and be able to take that back and really, why isn't Haiti a tourist destination? It's a like when I went to Paradise Island,
Gorgeous.
bro, it is gorgeous. Like, do not listen to the news. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
It was gorgeous. I'm talking about, and oddly enough, right? And then y'all can look it up. Why does Bill Gates own acres of land in Haiti? Why does Oprah own acres of land in Haiti?
Why the Clintons
Why the
own?
Clintons?
Okay.
So this is the thing about it with Haiti. People are like, Haiti's been a rich island. People, they try to scare you away.
Yeah.
It's like this, right? You know how that one dude want that bad chick, but don't want you to holler at her?
Facts.
So he'll say all the bad things about her because he don't want you to go holler at her?
Yeah.
He'll be like, man, nah, ça va bon, non?
Yeah.
Ça connaît ça, non? Ça même plein petit. Ça petit zingouin, la boube zelly, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She outside. She ain't really with, because they're trying to shy people away from Haiti's
Absolutely.
greatness.
Yeah.
The thing about Haiti, so why are they making a whole movie based on Haiti? You don't see the segue they did with the Tucson situation with Black Panther?
Right, of course.
You know they're gonna be filming that in Haiti.
Of course,
There's
yeah.
more. It's more. There's so
course.
much stories that's really like, you know how they make a story, but it's really they try to make it fictional, but it's really real.
That's really real.
You
But,
understand
and
something?
it's funny though that's why when people say, "Oh, Haiti's the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere," I always like fix that. I said, "No, we're the richest country in the Western Hemisphere. We are just being taken advantage of." Right? The country's not poor. It's y'all made the people poor.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And really, the mindset of some things that is happening may be poor.
Exactly.
Passing over opportunities repeatedly, I would say that.
Yep,
That's
for
the
sure.
only. When you say Haiti poor, the only way I'll say, the only thing that could affiliate with that is maybe passing over opportunities repeatedly. But being poor, never that.
Not
Absolutely.
the
Because thing about
land.
Yeah.
Because Haiti's rich with land.
1000%.
You know, people we grow our stuff naturally.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's actually they messed it up with the rice situation.
With
We used to grow our own situation.
rice
with
and sugar.
Yeah.
But
we're known for sugar.
No, but think about it. It's political though. Like after Haiti got its freedom, like I forgot what I was watching, but it was talking about how politically, like they would sanction you if you got any exports from Haiti, and so not only did they say, "Oh, you want your freedom? We're gonna make you pay."
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And so now they went to these other countries to get their exports, and so that's what made Haiti poor. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what made it corrupt. That's what when they talk about the gangs. Like, think about this. Where are the guns coming from?
Come on.
Exactly.
Like you're telling me, oh, the gangs are taking off over the Capitol. Don't do this. Don't. All right. So who are they getting the guns from?
Of course.
Man, listen, they're making this. Listen, the thing about it in Haiti, because I lived in Haiti for 4 years. I lived in Haiti when époque les qu'on fait brûler caoutchouc, right? Brûler caoutchouc means there's no school that day.
Yeah.
They burn the caoutchouc
it's
downtown.
done. City shut
School-
down.
City shut down.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, Haiti, I still was able to experience Haiti in its essence, in its greatness.
Yeah.
I lived
Yeah.
in Kafu. I lived in Zikini. I lived in the heart of where all that stuff was happening.
Yeah.
I remember when Kafu had caoutchouc brûlé. I was going to send me that. So I lived in Haiti for like years, bro.
Yeah.
When 9/11 happened, the IT.
Yeah.
When left eye passed the IT. So I got a chance to really see Haiti in a different perspective, even when they kept talking bad about Haiti then.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those situations where I feel like, it's our time.
Yep.
We're gonna elevate. We're gonna be great. I feel like they just want to hide all that greatness.
I agree.
You know what
I
I'm
agree.
saying? That's what I really think. That's how I feel.
I agree.
Yes, my man. Now, we have an audience here that's growing.
Yes.
We just need to know how to reach you
Man.
platforms. Just
Man.
name your platform.
Yes, sir. Like I'm available everywhere, man. You go to my website, iamashcash.com. Follow me on all social media platforms at iamashcash. That's the best way, man. And I'm available. I'm here. My goal is to help. And so anything I could do in reason, don't go crazy. You know
Of
what I mean? Don't go
course.
crazy with the request.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Don't go crazy with the
You know what I'm
request.
saying?
Jean Robert Valeno.
You know what I mean?
Nacho Valeno. Mami, group WhatsApp. You know,
Right,
I'm
exactly,
on WhatsApp now.
exactly.
My mom text like on WhatsApp. If you get ash cash, we not. Man, no group chat on WhatsApp.
Yeah. I like that.
Word,
Yeah, man.
word,
So listen, man, you already know it's your boy Jay, man. We here at Crenglish Podcast. Man, listen, that was some phenomenal gems.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
This
you.
was fun. It was a vibe.
Appreciative.
You dropped some
Appreciative.
gems. Listen, you really came from the block to the bank.
1,000%.
You really
Yes, sir.
strive for greatness.
Yes,
You
sir.
really are I want to say, like, you really are that guy that all the Haitians be praying for.
Yes, sir.
Really, because
Yeah.
I say this, yes, you went to the streets,
Yeah.
but you udeseko.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a blessing.
Absolutely.
But I didn't mean to ask. You never got locked up like that?
Never got locked up. No. So
wow.
I got arrested one time for like hopping a train or something like
But
that.
nothing crazy.
Nothing
That's a
crazy.
blessing,
Yeah,
bro.
never
That's a
been
blessing.
never been locked
Everybody done
up.
hop the train.
Yeah. But it was crazy though because I was on my way to get fly. You know what I'm saying, for school because I was just working summer youth.
Stop that football.
And then I hopped the train and so but oddly enough that almost stopped me from getting a banking job because every time when I got into the bank my record would come out and they would
that pulled up.
right and they would say that oh you have a record for criminal trespass and theft of service. I'm like criminal trespass, theft of service, and I didn't know what they were saying, and it was supposed to be expunged. But they, it would always pop up because I was working at the bank.
Yeah.
But you still was at the bank.
Yeah, but I still was
Somebody
at the bank.
And you still boissy.
Exactly.
So y'all got the word of the day, boissy.
Yes, sir.
We have my man's Ash Cash. Listen, man, Ash Cash is a big deal. Google him. You'll see him on the Breakfast Club. You'll see him on
Et bah pas qu'il est là.
Yes, sir.
Pas léger, non?
Bah
Pas
pas
n'importe
qu'il est
qui, non?
là, non?
Continue, maman.
Bon,
Pas n'importe qui, non? Bon note, oui. Seulement, we wine ni. Fast forward, my business connaît. Bon note too. Because today I got a lot of notes from you, man. I hope you learned some Creole words today.
1,000%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're going to get into listen, Crenglish Podcast is only something that going to keep growing, going to keep elevating. It's really for the culture.
Yeah.
I feel like, we have a lot of different podcasts out here, but not a lot of them are really getting the meat and potatoes and the vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't want it to be another podcast.
Yes, sir.
I want it to be more of a vibe.
Yes,
Nous
sir.
chita nous faisons boy son parler dans la audience,
Yeah.
mais n'a pas dit que nous n'a pas nos bonnes paroles,
Oui.
direct.
Oui, exactement.
Zo dans nos
Exactly.
sorties, n'a pas rien dans nous.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, it's your boy Jay. Crenglish
And
Podcast.
Kev.
Hey, man, you already know where to find us. Real talk. I don't know if I plugged it in already, but if I didn't, I'm going to do it right now. So shout out to Fan Faves Merch. That's FAN. Faves, FAVS, merch.com. That's fanfavesmerch.com. Yes, they are a sponsor. So what Fan Faves? Fan Faves is where you get your merch. I don't care if you're a fan of Alan Cave, Alicia Keys, Michael Jackson. I don't know who you're a fan of. But go on fanfavesmerch.com. If it's not there, you can go ahead and hit customize your merch. And you might see some Crenglish Podcast there, merch on there too.
And that was my first Haitian song too. Like, cause old beds really.
Nah.
Good old thing, dude.
Nah.
Yeah.
old thing,
Oh, the corner,
Yeah.
You remember the song?
Yeah.
Wait, look, exactly. When you say Alan Carver, I'm like, oh.
But check this out, man.
Chérie, m'a mangé. All right.
Oui.
Now, la, chante à boisser dans sa vie. But nah, man, check this out, man. You already know where to find us, Crenglish Podcast on
Subscribe.
YouTube. So that's Crenglish Podcast show on YouTube, Crenglish Podcast on Instagram, Crenglish Podcast on Facebook, TikTok. Only my guy, social media, yo, on one. Crenglish Podcast. You already know your boys, Jay. I'm out.
Kev, we out, baby.